I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society events aboard a Starliner.
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Positively horrid.
Don't forget to keep your Starview pass handy at all times, or you won't have access to the ballroom.
Listen. Can't hear the engines, can you? You're not going to find better-tuned engines anywhere else in the settled systems.
Suddenly, we've entered a high-security medical bay. Didn't expect that. Okay, then.
Hold up. This area is off limits to passengers.
In the event of a lockdown, remember to return to your cabin in a quiet and orderly fashion.
On behalf of myself and the entire team at Trident Luxury Line, we wish to thank you for choosing to travel with us.
Hello? Are you a member of the Society?
If you wish to have a drink at any of our lounges, be sure to present your cabin pass to have the cost deducted from your account.
An open bar would have been nice. So, what brings you aboard? The Society is such a worthy cause. What could be more important than the preservation of the Earth's spirit? I'm a silver member of the Society, but only 100,000 more credits and I hit the gold tier. You don't necessarily have to be wealthy to contribute, though the minimum donation level is 5,000 credits. This is going to be the 9th Earth Savior Award ceremony, but the first time it's ever been held aboard a Starliner. The considerable amounts of cash that Dombrowski donates is the only reason we allow him to attend society functions. Nice to have met you. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Any complaints about your crew should be directed.
Captain Rokov is one of the most easygoing COs I've ever worked on.
Captain Rokov said you're allowed in any of the crew-specific areas. Just don't touch it.
This is one of Trident's ship, isn't it? Every day that I wake up in my bunk, I count my blessings to have been posted to a ship like the Siren of the Stars.
Captain Rokov said you're allowed in any of the crew-specific areas. Just don't touch it.
Shh, listen. Can't hear the engines, can you?
You're not going to find better tuned engines anywhere else in the Sigil systems.
Hey, stranger. Let's chat sometime, okay? You've got my attention, Captain. Hey, so I'm really enjoying our time together. Thought you should know. It's been a long time since I worked with someone so closely. I didn't realize how much I missed it. And you haven't stopped me from looking into this stuff with Irvin either. So, thank you. Well, there's a school of thought that you shouldn't go chasing ghosts. And they're probably right. Ghosts are spooky. But maybe this isn't that kind of chase. And Irvin's case is far from dead. See, that's what makes you a good captain in my book. You're supportive. On that note, I do have some news about Irvin's case. So, I wanted to let you know that I heard back from my contact, and I think you'll want to hear this. They sent me a copy of some public records. It's interesting. There was a claim filed against Irvin, accusing him of damaging their investments. Looks like Irvin didn't even enter a plea. Some of Irvin's paychecks were seized, as well as any assets that weren't under joint ownership. The Hephaestus Mining Corporation, and they also won the case. Well, if it was Irvin, I do want to understand that, because I just can't believe it. Anyway, this mining corporation, Hephaestus, sued Irvin, claiming he irreparably damaged their mine. They said he killed the apex predators in the area around the mine, which led to herd creatures overeating the grasses. That caused the soils to release too many gases too fast, which cost Hephaestus a ton of money. They claim the creature he killed was a critical hive species that caused a cascade effect when they were killed off. Irvin killed the equivalent of a queen bee, and the whole hive collapsed, basically. It looks like they considered him a no-show and ruled against him. So anyway, according to the court documents, there was a witness for the defense, who was a no-show too. Then Hephaestus won by default. They tried to take his apartment, but because it's in my name too, they couldn't. Yes, they plan to stay in the same system for a while. They withdrew their testimony the morning of the trial. Said they had a sincere change of heart. I didn't know he bought it. Must have been a better deal than renting for the time he was there. That doesn't mean we can't do anything about it. And if nothing else, I just want to know more about what happened to Irvin. So here's what I was thinking. I can persuade my contact to keep digging a little bit more. I don't want to press our luck, so I'll just ask them to follow up on one thing. Should I tell them to investigate the company more, or look into the witness instead? I just want to know why they picked Irvin. Why did they set him up? I wonder what his real reason was for retracting his testimony. Did he report anything to security? For that much money? They'll do it. You know, this investigation is time-consuming, but it's also pretty cathartic. And who knows? Maybe if we solve this case, it'll mean a better future for Gagarin. But that's thinking too far ahead. Anyway, Captain, Thanks for checking in with me.
These newer vessels more or less run autonomously, which doesn't leave much for the crew to do around here.
Captain Rokov is one of the most easygoing COs I've ever worked with. In fact, Trident must have spent a fortune equipping this ship with triple redundancy. In almost
You're a
every
guest of Captain
internal
Rokov,
system.
right? Welcome aboard.
Every day that I wake up in my bunk, I count my blessings.
This is one of Trident's top-of-the-line vessels.
Between you and me, the best part of my job is getting a crack at all of the leftovers from the dining area buffets. There's nothing quite like the view from the Starfield ballroom. It's breathtaking.
Shh! Listen. Can't hear the engines, can you? You're not going to find better tuned engines anywhere else. Captain Rokov said you're allowed in any of the crew-specific areas.
Trident must have spent a fortune equipping the ship with triple redundancy in almost every internal system.
Between you and me, the best part of my job is getting a crack at all the leftovers from the dining.
Captain Rokov is one of the most easygoing COs I've ever worked under. In fact, he doesn't act much like a captain at all. These newer vessels more or less run autonomously, which doesn't...
You're a guest of Captain Rokov, right? Welcome aboard. There's nothing quite like the view from the Starfield ballroom. It's breathtaking. This is one of Trident's top-of-the-line vessels. Hell of a ship, isn't it?
If you want to dine at Captain Rokov's table during dinner service, it's only an additional 5,000 credits.
Please remain in designated passenger areas at all times. Have a safe trip.
Here for business or pleasure?
Quite a lovely starliner. Nothing but the best for the society, huh? That view is absolutely spectacular. Donations to the society can be debited from my bank account on a monthly basis. I barely have to lift a finger to help. Well, apparently the award is so valuable there's only one in existence. It gets passed to a new winner every year. Larry likes to drop overly complex words into conversations. I'm sure he knows that it annoys people, but he does it anyway. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
Mind moving along? I'm trying to enjoy... Sorry, I'm busy. Maybe we'll talk another time.
Here
Hello.
for business?
Are you a member
Pleasure.
of the society? An open bar would have been nice. But not much. Other than the fact that they host these wonderfully entertaining gala events every month. It's for the society's high rollers. If you don't have more than 8 figures in your account, I wouldn't even bother going after the award. Let's put it this way. He's screwed over so many people. If he suddenly disappeared from the universe, I don't think anyone would miss him. Enjoy the rest of the event.
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Positively horrid. I
Quite
certainly
a
hope they
lovely
decide to hold
starliner.
all future society
Pleased
events
to make your
for the
acquaintance.
Starliner.
His behavior towards women is abominable. That man really ought to be ashamed of himself. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. It's a shame that the Earth ended in such a sorry state, but I'm glad the Society has the nerve to do something about it. That's all then? Okay.
Please remember to obey all posted safety and mustering instructions.
The society chair has really outdone herself this time.
The ship's purser can assist you with any matters regarding the security of your items.
So, what brings you aboard? Here for business or pleasure? Is this about that feature SSNN ran a few years ago? I can assure you, this is a legitimate charity organization. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. Dombrowski is married to some poor woman that he constantly leaves behind in New Atlantis when he goes on his business trips. Well, that was boring.
Hello. Are you a member of the society?
Quite a lovely starliner. Nothing but the best for the society, huh? So, what brings you aboard? He's been spending a lot of time with Claudia Swist. Quality time, if you catch my meaning? I'm certain his wife doesn't know a thing about it. It's critical. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee. He's been spending a lot of time. Nice to have met you.
Sorry, I'm busy. Yeah, can we do this later? I'm busy.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
I've done this particular cruise ride several times.
Sorry, do I know you? Okay, wait, are you seriously... Are you trying to pick me up? Look, I appreciate the compliment, but I'm already seeing someone, and my partner doesn't like competition. He gets very jealous. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? How did you... That idiot. I told Larry to keep his big mouth shut, but did he listen? No. He had to impress his friends and treat me like a trophy. Look, I've been in this business for a long time, and I know how this game works, so let's skip all the banter and get it over with. What's it gonna take to make us both happy? You're not very bright, are you? I'm a grade C3 exec at Galbank. That means my credentials get me into 2 places, the front door and the ladies' room. If that's all you really want, you're certainly welcome to them. If I give you dirt on that son of a bitch Dombrowski, all I'm doing is endangering myself. Why would I do that? That's true. You have come this far already. Oh, damn it all to hell. You're one of the authorities? Then I'm already sunk. Alright, you've made your point. You know, this whole thing really pisses me off. Larry and I had the perfect scheme worth thousands of credits all worked out, and then he goes and flushes the whole thing down the toilet.
You're pissed off? Imagine how Dombrowski's gonna feel when we start stepping on his toes.
Good. I hope you crush them so badly he'll be unable to walk. I didn't know who the hell you were. For all I knew, you were working for Dombrowski. It's called playing it cool. You should try it sometime. I'm not gonna tell you. Let's just say that I'd be sent to prison for a long time if Galbank figured it out. Yeah, I'm getting to that. Larry got together with myself and this other guy, Gabriel Vera. He's some bigwig over at UC Security. I doctored the transactions, Larry wiped them off the system, and Vera kept the legal pressure off of us. We were scamming Galbank for months. It was going well until I discovered Larry was cheating everyone by changing each transaction in his favor before deleting them. Oh, I know he was using me. At the same time, he was saying how much he loved me. He was stringing me along and stabbing me in the back. I was going to confront him back on Jemison, but then he invited me on this little trip through the stars. All expenses paid, first-class accommodations, the works. I figured, why not wait until I've milked him for every credit he's spending before I drop the hammer? I wish I had some. Maybe you should try talking to Gabriel Vera. He should be around here somewhere. If he doesn't want to cooperate, just mention my name. That should grab his attention. Good luck. You're gonna need it. What, are you writing a damn novel? Fine. Vera works for UC Security, so he kept a lookout on their commnet for any Galbank chatter. I guess you could call him our early warning system. And Dombrowski made sure that all of the crypto manipulation I was working on didn't turn up in Galbank's automatic audits. You need top clearance for that kind of access, so we had to cut him in, whether we liked it or not. What do you think is going on? I'm using that gullible idiot to get what I want. If I have to squash him on my way to the top, then so be it. Let's get one thing straight. Larry Dombrowski's no saint. He deserves everything that's coming to him.
Right. What they said.
Dombrowski is a piece of human garbage. He'd stab you in the back for table scraps, then stab you again to steal dessert. The plan's always been to milk the guy for everything he's worth, and then leave him in the dust. Not bad for a lowly Galbank worker drone, right? I wrote a computer algorithm that basically creates a randomized number of false ghost credits that mimic the crypto key of actual credits. Then the algorithm simply passes the ghost credits to whatever legit transfers that the bank transacts. The genuine credits enter a dummy account. The best part is that I also alter the crypto keys as the real cash flows into our accounts. By the time it lands in our pockets, the creds are clean. So, on paper, it appears that all of the bank's transactions are covered, when it's really just our ghosted dummy creds. Genius, right? I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
The Society Chair has really outdone this test.
If you have any specific requests, please speak to one of the crew's attendants.
In the event of a lockdown, remember to return to your cabin in a quiet and orderly fashion.
Quite an event they're throwing today, don't you think? Hello. You here for the charity event? Oh, absolutely. I'm a firm believer that attending these types of events tends to absolve one of their sins and cleanse their soul. But something tells me you're not really here to discuss the event. What did you really want to talk about? Oh, I'm afraid that's a bit outside my wheelhouse. I work for UC Security, so I don't think I could be of much help. I have nothing to do with Galbank. To be honest, I'm here to keep an eye on the charity event. It might not be as glamorous an assignment as a colony rescue or taking down some criminals, but anything that keeps the peace is important to me. What is this all about, anyway? You mean specifically? Oh, I work for the Corporate Fraud Division. We monitor all of the major megacorp financials and transactions to ensure that nothing improper occurs. You're asking a lot of strange questions. What exactly do you want? Claudia sent you, did she? Look, friend, I don't know if you're just a little drunk, maybe a touch crazy, or both. Whatever you think you know about me, you're dead wrong. So back off.
Maybe I am a little drunk, but you're still a liar.
Don't test me. You have no idea how high up the chain I am with UC security. Not only can I make you disappear, I can also make sure the settled systems forget you existed in the first place. Just in case you weren't aware, I am the authorities. Anything you try to report will boil down to your word against mine. And since I work for UC Security, who do you think people will believe? Get the hell away from me before I have you arrested.
An open bar would have been nice. But Trident's gouging us for every credit we've got.
I saw your little exchange with Vera. Keep that up and I guarantee that imbecile's gonna demand that you be arrested. Oh, absolutely. He's up the ladder at UC Security. Lots of pull. We have to handle this very delicately. Which is why he's threatening you. That makes sense. We need hard evidence of their scheme. It's gonna be tricky. The problem is he's not gonna talk to you in public. We need to get Vera isolated so he'll spill everything he knows. Yeah, that's smart. Kill Vera, or anyone else involved in his conspiracy, and then Dombrowski heads for the hills. Besides, you really want to ace a member of UC Security and have them breathing down your neck? You'll be the top story on SSNN. No, there has to be a safer way. Maybe, but if something goes wrong and he's able to raise an alarm, we're sunk. With all of these wealthy patrons aboard, the ship is crawling with security. Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passengers to clear the decks and report to their cabins for lockdown. I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the life support sensors. Manipulate a few controls, and you can fool the monitoring system into thinking there's a life support failure. And there you have your emergency. This is one of Trident's premier Starliners. That means it has the best of everything, including a triple redundancy life support system. They installed a backup for the backup. Luckily for us, it will still trip an emergency and everyone will have to return to their quarters until I sound the all clear, which I won't.
I'm not particularly inspired by your shining example of confident leadership.
Don't worry. One more.
An open bar would have been nice. But Trident's
Hello.
gouging us for every...
You here for the charity event? Oh, absolutely. I'm a firm but... Oh, I work for UC Security. To be honest, it might not be as glamorous an assignment. What is this all about? You mean specifically? We monitor... You're asking a lot of... Claudia sent you, did you? Look, friend, whatever you think you know about me.
Maybe I am a little.
Don't test me. Not only can I... Anything you try to... And since I work for UC Security...
Sure. I've got a minute. Talk to me. Okay. Right. The society.
I saw you. Oh, absolutely. Which is why he's threatening. We need harder. The problem is he's not. Yeah, that's smart. Kill Vera. Besides, you... No. Maybe. But if something goes with all of the... Smart. If there's an... I think the best chance. Manipulate a few controls and... This is one I've tried, including, luckily for us.
Bingo. Why risk it?
You don't need to know anything about the system. All you need to do is access the maintenance area and throw some switches. One more thing. If Chief Engineer Sundin gives you any trouble, tell him I'll erase that gambling debt he owes me. I prefer you use that as a last resort, but hey, what's the harm in losing a few credits when I'm on the brink of rejoining the fleet, right? Anyway, I better start packing. Things are getting hot around here, and won't be long before Trident figures out you had help. On the surface, he's an upstanding citizen of the United Colonies, pretty high up in UC Security. Lots of clout with Mast. Underneath, he's a greedy piece of garbage. Given the chance, he'd backstab you for a cred stick and pin the murder on someone else. Come to think of it, if he wasn't such a petty tyrant, he'd probably thrive with the Crimson Fleet. All passengers are instructed to immediately report to their cabins. That way, we keep the halls clear and avoid a panic. Fortunately for us, all of the passenger cabin doors will automatically unlock. This is normally to ensure the crew can check cabins quickly and without interference. But in our case, it's like having an all-access pass. There's access to the crew section that you can reach through the Starview Ballroom. Chief Sundin should be there, wasting time at his station as usual. Have fun with that guy. He's a real piece of work. Once you're past Sundin, just look for the room marked Environmental Control. Everything you need is inside. Remember, the moment you shut down that system, the entire ship goes into lockdown mode.
If you have any specific requests, please speak to one of the crew's attendants.
Every day that I wake up in my bunk, I count my blessings to have been posted to a ship like the Siren of the Stars. Captain Rokov is one of the most easygoing COs I've ever worked with. In fact, he doesn't act much.
There's nothing quite like the view from the Starfield.
These newer vessels more or less run autonomous.
Mustering instructions.
That view is absolutely spectacular.
Hold up. This area is off limits to passengers. Wait a second. You're Captain Rokov's guest, right? Didn't expect to see you down here. Sorry to give you trouble. What can I do for you? Yeah, a little. A few of the techs call this deck the dungeon. I think you can see why. Not exactly Starliner-class comfort down here. Don't get me wrong. The quiet gives me time to gather my thoughts, catch up on work, and all that, but I'd rather work on the bridge. I'm the Siren's chief engineer. Trident put me in charge of the entire tech team. We do our best to keep the ship running smoothly and efficiently. Of course, this beauty is a cutting-edge piece of spacecraft design. Almost everything has triple redundancy, like the life support system. Unfortunately, that means there's quite a bit of downtime. Could be worse, though, right? Oh, sorry, that area is off limits. No exceptions. No, sorry, I'm afraid it's impossible. Trident regulations strictly prohibit anyone from entering the life support area without a valid reason. Look, I'm not trying to be a jerk here, it's just that I could lose my job, you know? Oh, really? Well, that changes things quite a bit. Tell you what, I'm just going to step out for a bit and stretch my legs. Maybe you can hold this for me while I'm away? Honestly, he's a seasoned ship captain. He told me he was a long hauler for years, and the experience shows. Only thing is, he's always talking about trade deals and plans for get-rich-quick schemes. It's all the guy ever thinks about. Why he decided to be a Starliner captain, I'll never know. It's almost like he craves being around money. Tell you what, though, for someone that loves credit so much, he sure doesn't mind gambling them when we play cards. Yeah, a little. A few of the techs call this deck the dungeon. I think you can see why. Not exactly Starliner-class comfort down here. Don't get me wrong. The quiet gives me time to gather my thoughts, catch up on work, and all that, but I'd rather work on the bridge. I'm the Siren's chief engineer. Trident put me in charge of the entire tech team. We do our best to keep the ship running smoothly and efficiently. Of course, this beauty is a cutting-edge piece of spacecraft design. Almost everything has triple redundancy, like the life support system. Unfortunately, that means there's quite a bit of downtime. Could be worse, though, right? Feel free to look around, but don't mess with any of the controls.
declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain... there until you receive further instructions.
Oh, great. Everyone cleared out of the buffet. That's always a bad sign.
The Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status. Please remain calm and proceed to your cabin.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
To think, the crew barely had space to stand in their rooms.
I was wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide emergency. It's time you stop playing games and tell me why you're here. Doesn't take a genius to deduce you're the one that's responsible. I locked onto you from the moment you entered the ballroom, and I've watched you trying to clock Dombrowski. After we spoke, I had a feeling you'd pull a stunt like this. You're working for Ikande's little anti-pirating outfit? So what? I have nothing to do with the Crimson Fleet. And even if I suddenly decided to stay loyal to the old UC, why would I possibly want to incriminate myself by handing over evidence? Don't act so surprised. You didn't really think I'd make a deal with Claudio Dombrowski without having a little insurance policy of my own, did you? Huh? If I've learned anything in my years at the corporate fraud division, it's always have an exit strategy.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please?
Claudia said that.
The captain has
You sure?
declared a ship-wide
Damn it!
emergency.
That means my money's already gone. And Dombrowski's going to walk away with a fortune. I'd love to see the bastard fry. But if I give you that information and it falls into the wrong hands, I could end up in jail. Oh, I've got everything you're gonna need. This is a one-stop shop for you. We're talking a slate loaded with dates, account numbers, ID scans, even an audio recording. It was my little insurance policy in case the shit hit the fan. There's a solid enough trail here to send Dombrowski straight to jail. Dombrowski had the authorization to wipe out records on Galbank's system without raising any red flags. I let Claudia talk me into that. She said she had him wrapped around her finger. Apparently, she was wrong. At least I walk away with something. All right, you have yourself a deal. Here, with this slate and this recording to tie it all together, you'll be able to nail his ass to the wall. He'll do whatever you want. Just remember that you promised to leave me out of it. Well, since Claudia has been spending time disgustingly close to Dombrowski, I think she's suffered enough. On the other hand, I've got very, very special plans for Larry. I have some friends that can, well, let's just say, take care of the problem. That's if you leave him alive, of course. We'll just have to wait and see. I wasn't lying when I said I didn't know anything about your undercover work, if that's what you're trying to imply. All I can tell you is that there's more than a few people at Mast who find Commander Akande to be a huge pain in the ass. I mean, the UC is aware that the Crimson Fleet is a problem, but it pales in comparison to the issues with the Freestar Collective. Akande's loaded with big-picture ideas, but not a ton of evidence to put them into action. And frankly, it's driving my superiors crazy. Wait a moment. Are you telling me that this scheme is getting so out of hand, it also involves the Crimson Fleet? That's all I need right now. Enemies on two fronts. Just because I'm helping you nail Dombrowski doesn't mean I'm turning my back on UC security. How else am I going to ensure that he ends up behind bars when all this comes crashing down? No, you can leave me out of your merry little band of pirates, thank you very much. You better tell Dombrowski to run, because if you don't kill him, I will.
So? Did it work? Not yet, but the transaction is in progress as we speak. You should expect your profits from our venture soon. You must be patient.
No way, Larry. This is not what we agreed. You said the money would be in our accounts by the 1st of the month.
Give it a rest. It isn't like we're making regular withdrawals. If things aren't done carefully, it'll trip an audit. Is that what you want?
Of course not. But we're risking our asses here, and we've seen what, maybe 5, 8% tops? We were promised a third of the final figure.
And, as promised, when all is said and done, that's exactly what you'll receive. You must understand we're absconding with an inordinately vast amount of capital from Galbank's coffers. Eventually, the shortfall will be discovered. As Claudia has so eloquently stated, if the transactions aren't siphoned at a reasonable rate, the audit team will be dispatched and our plan ruined. Give it time, my friend. You'll get your share, a third for each of us, as promised.
A third of 500,000 credits. Can't you just taste it? I think I'm gonna head straight for Neon with my share, put myself up at the Hotel Voli, and blow a shitload of money at the Astral Lounge. You'll come with me, won't you, Larry? I don't want to spend all that cash alone.
Of course, my darling. I can't think of a finer way to spend our time together.
Oh, look, I'm gonna lay this all on the line. You have 2 more weeks to make this happen, or we're gonna have a problem. 2 weeks, Dombrowski. That's it.
Passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction or a drill. This ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your cabin immediately.
Well, well. You must be the one who's been accosting Claudia and Gabriel. I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears we should rapidly enter into some sort of negotiation. You don't actually believe that I'd venture into such precarious criminal territory without a proper bird's-eye view of the situation, do you? I'm uncertain why you've become entangled in this spider's web, but this situation demands swift and resolute action.
Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further
Excellent. So, before we begin, let's review the facts. First, it's clear that you've obtained insider knowledge of my arrangement to defraud Galbank. The means and the method, perhaps, but not the motive. And second, I'm going to hypothesize that my compatriots are despondent regarding their share and have assisted you with this endeavor. Since we're speaking and I'm not at the reporting end of a bullet, this leads me to conclude that you desire something personal from me. You may as well ask, is it necessary for the sun to set on Jemison, or for one to wear a pressure suit when entering the vacuum of space? I pride myself on having an intensely thorough education, though I'd hardly call myself a professor. Though I'm sure that your compliment also meant you were having trouble understanding what I've been saying. In blunt terms, you have compromising materials about me in your possession. The only thing I have to offer in return are my Galbank credentials. I assume that's what you've been angling for all along?
Rather astounding that you deciphered our communication attempt. It only took you a minute more than we expected for you to work through the calculus and participate in the discussion. But the rat models are notoriously unpredictable.
Well, I'm surprised you even posed that question at all. The answer is quite obvious. The last thing I'd want to do at this point is call attention to myself. Obviously, that wouldn't be my preference, but I have little choice. Though Larry Dombrowski will be mysteriously vanishing after this cruise, and possession of the credentials becomes ludicrous at that point. Splendid. It appears we've reached an accord. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me simplify that for you. It sounds like we have a deal. Oh, of course, I trust you'll understand if I ask for us to avoid any further contact. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to formulate how I'm going to utterly ruin two very annoying business associates. Good day.
Our security team would appreciate if you'd please shelter in your cabin during this emergency. Thank you.
You again? This better not be another shakedown. Haven't you gotten enough out of me already? I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly
Well, looks like everything worked out. Just like we planned. I wish you hadn't blown away the gambling bet that Saldin owed me. But hey, you got the job done. I'm glad you feel that way. Just remember to tell Delgado how much I pitched in to help. You know, I'm still wondering exactly what you needed those credentials for. You feel like telling me, partner? I usually have a nose for these things, but in your case, it's a mystery. Very frustrating. Whatever the case may be, it's apparently worth risking your life over. That's telling me it involves a lot of money. That also means I want in. So he told you to keep it from me. I see. I wouldn't want you to risk your position with the fleet like I did, so I'll just leave it alone. Anyway, I suppose there's nothing stopping me from rejoining the fleet now. It's been a long time coming. I owe you one, Doverleach.
All passengers.
Don't worry, it's not an insult. It's a very old Russian word for comrade. It's what I intend to call you from now on, so get used to it.
Report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Nonsense. If there's one universal constant you can depend on, it's that Yevgeny Rokov always makes good on his deals. Always. Well, I suppose this is where we part company. Hopefully the next time we meet, we'll be aboard the Key.
The Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status. Please remain calm and proceed to your cabin. Our security team would appreciate if you'd please shelter in your cabin during this emergency. Thank you.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Back in the lap of luxury right
Clamps released.
So, Miss Stay Up Late reading under the covers? Did you learn last night?
Don't pretend to be mad at me. I know you aren't really. I learned that back on Earth, people used to use the stars to navigate. That's so cool. But I guess it only worked because they just lived on one planet. And that sounds boring.
Remind me one of these days to tell you the tale of a certain Solomon cone, where his stargazing life ended.
Drive drives down.
Target's draft drive is down.
I had it covered, but happy to be in your bed again.
So what, if we count this incident as the second time I've saved you?
It's not a competition, Sam.
Sure it is. So there's that time at the asteroid belt, the one on Neon. So, I still owe you 3, Lillian.
4. You always forget that cargo freighter with the explosives.
4. Definitely 4 then.
But, Captain, in all seriousness, your help is appreciated. I'm glad Blake scooped you up when he had the chance. You're a hell of a ranger. Is Cora on board?
Mom!
Oh, babe girl, it's so good to hear your voice.
Can we come over and visit?
Sadly not now, honey. I'm still on the clock.
Crime never sleeps.
At this point, I'd settle for a catnap. managed to even have a social life. Well, a little bit of one.
This has to be one of the signs of the apocalypse.
Remind me again why I was happy to see you, Sam. I am planning a proper vacation one day. I hear Paradiso is nice.
Is this the famous vacation you've been planning since before I met you?
Always with the wisecracks. Captain, nice moves. It's good to know my daughter's in good hands.
What about me?
What about you, Sam? I'm kidding. You always said I need to have a better sense of humor.
Forget I ever mentioned that.
Take care.
Seals are good, air pressure good. Hey, we're docked.
Vigilance indeed. So many of these fine folks joined SysDef due to tragic circumstances.
I haven't seen my family in a while.
What can I do for you? Good. The more you find, the stronger our case. Tisk, tisk. Looks like Mr. Rokoff lied on his application to Trident Luxury Lines about having a clean record. No matter. Next time he jumps from the key, we'll have him picked up. That will be one less fleet captain for us to worry about. Anything else? Are you kidding me? Dombrowski was already making a six-figure salary, and yet he couldn't resist starting an embezzlement scheme. It makes me sick. It's gonna be an absolute pleasure to throw his butt in prison. Anything else? Okay, fine. I know there's more out there, so keep on it. I'll be here if you have any more questions.
Commander Ikande is the heart and soul of UC SysDef. I'd follow him to the end.
Pardon.
Most of our operations team graduated
Thanks
top of
again
their
for
class
the
at the
talk.
academy.
My family
There's fleet out
history
there. We'll
is
find 'em.
complicated, so it's nice to talk about. You're dismissed.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I swear, this is all just a big misunderstanding. Oh, well, I just figured we got along so well back there in Sidonia. You might remember everything that I did for you and return the favor. I know you were just doing your job, so I'm not going to hold that against you. I could really use the help. Me? Commit a crime? Oh, you have it all wrong. Do you have any idea how tough it is to earn your way in Sidonia? Either you spend all day in the mines getting your lungs filled with Martian dust, or wear your fingers to the bone working on machinery. All I was trying to do was earn a living. Display a little bit of entrepreneurial spirit. If trying to make a living is considered breaking the law, then lock me up and throw away the key. Well, yes, but that's only because they forced me into their ranks. You've met Naiva. You know how she is. She, threatened to kill me if I didn't do what she said. Come on, you've got to put in a good word for me. That's all you're going to say to me? Okay, fine. I'll tell you this, though. The UC can't hold me forever. And when I get out, first thing I'm going to do is hunt you down. That drunken miner? No. Whatever you said to him must have sunk in because I haven't seen him since you left Sidonia. He's lucky. If he would have stumbled into this spear begging for credits again, I would have... well, use your imagination. Right at the broken spear in front of everyone. Any reputation I may have had there is long gone thanks to that little stunt. On top of that, they caught me right in the middle of a... deal I was closing with some long haulers. I guess I can kiss that money goodbye. Are you serious? You actually expect me to be grateful? I don't know SysDef's endgame, but I'd wager that you've bitten off far more than you can chew. No matter what you throw at the fleet, Delgado will find a way out. Well, that was a waste of time.
Dusty. Let's talk. You know, I needed this. Exploring the galaxy with you by day, investigating the mysterious legal woes of my long-dead spouse by night. Hey, I'm not complaining. Honestly, these have been some of the best days of my life in a long time. I mean that. Vasco never appreciated my humor that much. I was just remembering how I'd pour my heart out to Vasco. So many times. I told him all about Irvin. He showed me a chart of how sad I should expect to feel. Sure, folks from the Lodge, folks from my past. I've got friends when and where I need them. But traveling with you has been different. We're more of a team. It feels stronger. Why not? Trust me, I've talked to way less sentient humans before. Vasco's just fine for most conversations. He was really hoping the visual presentation would help. It did not. Oh, we got to point B many times just fine. Top-notch co-pilot. Would recommend him to anybody. Anyway, I'm glad you're here right now because we have things to discuss about Irvin's case. I heard back from my contact. They looked into Hephaestus Mining Corporation. Looks like they paid off the judge. And that's not all. My contact really came through for us. Turns out the witness was threatened until he withdrew his testimony. And thanks to our contact, we now have the receipts. No, my contact does for now. I trust them. We worked together a long time ago. And it depends on what I want to do with all the proof. If anything. Bank transactions. A precise amount was transferred to the judge only the day before the ruling. My contact has an audio log with the identity of the speaker verified, time-stamped, everything. I tend to agree. It's interesting. Not enough to take it to a lawyer yet. So I know a cyber runner who has accessed corporate archives before. They can dig into the classified archives before we go to a lawyer. We can pay extra for them to use less legal methods to obtain information, but that adds risk. I don't know. I guess that's a good question for a lawyer. I appreciate that, Captain. But I'll take care of any fines or bribes that come up from this. You have always been so supportive of me during this process. Let me take care of this part. Depending on what they find out, it might be time to talk to a lawyer. I'll see if I can find one. Whew. Taking on Hephaestus isn't going to be easy. And I say this as someone who's fought the Crimson Fleet. Maybe I should study up on the art of cross-examination. Might come in handy at the trial. Well, my long-lost cousin had this farmstead that was taken over by pirates. I'm just kidding. But no, probably not. That's solid advice. Know your actual limitations, and not the ones granted to you by a mysterious superpower. Anyway, let's go adventure while we wait on the cyber runner to get back to us.
Officer Petrosian likes books. Sometimes I feel like he'd prefer a library to the brig.
I appreciate you, Brim, as you were.
Clear for flight.
I have something for you.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
I'm so behind on my work.
You might want this.
Bulk items may require multiple levels of approval and can take up to several weeks for an official response. We apologize for any delay. Welcome to UC Distribution. Something I can do for you? Oh, well, sir. Right. Come back if you need something else.
Shotgun! something for you. You might want this.
I'm afraid, due to recent legislative action, I'm no longer able to allocate ships. I can, however... Welcome to UC Distribution. Yes. Back to it, then. Welcome to UC Distribution. Something I... Oh, well, certainly. You're always welcome back, if you don't mind a bit of a wait.
Galbank really wants the UC to know who's holding the purse strings, you know?
Hello. Welcome to the Galbank Archives. May I see your credentials, please? Oh, no. None at all. I'm all alone down here. Yep. Completely by myself. Well, I guess you're down here too, right? So that's two of us now. Sorry, not trying to lie to you or anything. Just, yeah. Oh, no. No, this is just their deep storage facility. All the current records are upstairs in the main facility. This is where they put the older data onto long-term servers. Just one moment while I verify. Oh, yes, Mr. Dombrowski. Welcome, sir. Give me a moment to log your visit, and then I'll unseal the archives. No, never, not at all. I'm so sorry. Hey, look, please don't mention this to my supervisor, okay? She'll give me a low rating, and I'm gonna end up scrubbing floors. Me? No. Look, this is my first day on the job. Just cut me some slack, okay? I can't afford to lose it. I got a wife and kids to feed. Everything checks out. Give me a moment to log your visit, and then I'll unseal the archives. There we go. Have a wonderful day. I gotta get back to work. Can't risk letting any undesirables in here now, can we?
Contact.
Okay, that hurt. Oh, bad choice. What the? Please, I've done this 1,000 times.
it one more time?
Look at this place. Home.
Duck where you like.
Nice clean dock, Captain.
You might want this.
Next time you see Bog, tell him to lighten up. Guy's got a real attitude problem. You want to kick back? Avoid the last number. Box in the phone that will kill anyone.
Some missions require stealing from settlements. Be sure to gear up at the depot if you need to.
Too many missions, not enough time.
So this is the key. I'm honestly impressed they've managed to keep the thing operational.
Need a drink? Bug at the last Nova will be more than happy to take your credit.
Your buddy Rokov is aboard the Key. Told me everything had happened.
Yeah, he won't shut up about you. Keeps going on and on. Now I remember why we kicked his ass out the fleet. Yeah, that'd be a first.
All right, Neva, you've made your point. Well, since you're vouching for Rokov, I guess we can give him another chance. All right, now that is out of the way, we can move on to the matter at hand. Crix's legacy. Speaking of which, let me see that data you copied from the Galbank archives. Ah, so the Galbank transport went down over Bannock 4. Bannock. Why does that sound familiar? Neva?
Yeah, keep your panties on. I'm looking it up. And I got it. Bannock 4. Let's see. Damn it. Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant. We can't even get a ship near the thing without frying every circuit aboard.
Nope. EM class is certain death. Back it up.
Don't know that one, huh? Well, pick up your pencil. There's gonna be a test on this later. EM class means the planet is giving off a ridiculously high amount of electromagnetic radiation. We're talking off the charts here. Fly your ship anywhere near one of these death traps, and you'll blow every single circuit on your ship. You'd be dead in space. Get it?
This silence is really pissing me off.
Yeah, sure. We'll just wrap your ship in a ton of copper and launch you right in there. That ought to do the trick, right?
Both of you shut up and think for a second. I'm sure Creeks hit the same roadblock. All we need to do is figure out how he got around it.
This sounds like a goddamn waste of time to me.
No, this all makes sense. The data says the transport went down over Bannock 4, carrying currency during the Narian War. There were ships fighting across the entire galaxy back then. It's not that hard to believe this one got lost that far out from home. You want to space out? Do it on your own time. Are you trying to waste my time? you better start talking. The Rook's right. We tackle one problem at a time. Can we track it, Neva?
That transponder is military grade. We're talking ultra-bit encryption, constantly reshuffling frequencies. We don't have shit like that laying around. But before you get that pissy look on your face, I heard that the UC's been working on a ship signal decryption system called the CommSpike. We grab that little beauty, and we'll be able to track anything you want.
All right, here is the plan, so shut up and listen. Rook, I want you and Neva to put your heads together and get us that CommSpike. I don't care if it's mounted at the top of mast. I want it. In the meantime, I'm going to find out more about this EM-class gas giant problem. And I think I know just who to ask.
Give me a little time to crunch the numbers on the CommSpike with Jazz, and I'll point us in the right direction.
We do or we die. That's the way Crix did things. And that is the way we should have been doing it for years. It's as simple as that.
I promise. You gonna write that in your diary, little girl?
All right, that is enough. We are in arm's reach of Crix's legacy, and I don't have time to deal with this kind of bullshit. Now, both of you, get the hell out of here and get to work.
All right, let's get this over with. Follow me.
We call UCC staff sharks, but to the fleet, they are just bait.
We'll have the whole settled systems on the run someday.
Anything ship-related, you're at the right place.
All right, let's get right to it. Did you get the Earth Savior Award, or am I gonna be very disappointed? Well, that's because you'd be absolutely right. You see, everyone above you in the fleet is making more than you are off the same gig. That's why we're all fighting our way to the top. Understood? Good. Now, you might want to hand over that award before I have you tossed off the key. Just a thought.
First of all, this is my section of the key, so I'm gonna stand here for as long as I want. And second of all, I know all about that award and your deal with Neva. We don't keep secrets between us. Just throttle down and give her the damn thing already so we can get to work.
Well, well, look at that. You followed my directions, and now you're gonna end up with some credits in your pocket. Of course, it would have been more money if you hadn't blabbed about the damn thing to Rokoff, but that's on you. Anyway, here's your cash. Keep this up, and I might even start respecting you. All right, Fleet? We've all got work to do, so let's get to it. Those crabs ain't gonna steal themselves. If
you want to stay on. You've got stuff to smuggle. I've got the stuff to hide. See you around.
Smuggling beats a real job any day.
If you got any spare creds or just need to unload some junk, head to the depot.
Ooh, this place looks like fun. Let's go have some.
What'll it be? What's your poison? Yeah. Working around this lot, day in, day out. You'd think they wouldn't give it that. Ha! Now that sounds about right. I guess I'm thinking of my dear old Maddie. The only woman I ever loved. Almost married her, I bet. I missed my chance and lost her to one of my best mates. I'll tell you what, you want to help an old man out. Bring me back the one thing of Maddie's that ever meant anything to me. Her ring. Maddie had my eye back in the day. Thing was, she had the eye of my best mate, too. A bloke by the name of Clay Dietrich. Clay and I hit a luxury liner, snatched a ring I knew Maddie would love. Before I could say anything, Clay asked if he could have it and he used it to propose. Long story short, Clay married Maddie and they ran off to raise hell with Ecliptic. And then he got the poor girl killed. You're in luck. Clay showed up on my radar a bit ago. Probably why I'm in a bigger rut than usual. I'll send you the details. I don't care how you do it. Just get that ring back.
I believe this is the Crimson Fleet's headquarters. It's just so unlike them.
Every time I see Redley smile, I wonder.
I have something for you.
Round again. touchdown.
Suits on. Ready to jump into an extremely dangerous environment that is generally inhospitable to life anytime.
Gravity like this can cause nausea, disorientation, headaches, body aches. Just go slowly. Looks like they just got a delivery recently.
Initiating combat.
Ours now.
We have here a secret passage. Looks like it goes on for a ways, too. I think it's high time we skedaddle, don't you?
Hey, you might want this.
Hey, how are you?
Thought you'd never ask. Here, all yours.
to the green.
Welcome home to the key.
Docking integrity, 100%. Good to go, Cap.
Huh. Smells like sweat, machines, and pine. You're picking up pine too, right?
What kind of name is Sysdev anyway?
Yeah?
Smuggling beats a real job any day.
Anything ship-related? You've got stuff to smuggle. I've got the stuff to... All business and no fun. Don't worry. We should be able to piece it back to... Good. I'm busy anyway.
Thanks for making me look good. I would have had to kill you otherwise.
Heading out. Now you buy from me, you can look good. I'm sure I got something to suit you. I'm here if you need me. You want to survive? I'll only the best. See ya.
I hope. Please tell me you know it. Just make it quick.
Whatever.
Whoa, the stores here are right on top of us. I don't think I'm just browsing will work as an excuse.
Kinetics, electromags, energy
I've
weapons.
got what you need.
Nothing's a substitute for
the
shotgun
price.
blast to the face.
Weapons of all shapes. Ammo too, of course. I'd argue Boggs got me beat as far as customer base goes. But when it comes to profit, I am on top. A good gun's what makes all the difference out there sometimes. And for some, it's the only thing they'll ever trust. Take your pick. Need more weapons or ammo? Come see me.
If you need credits, hit up the mission boards at the core.
UC will never crush the fleet. They'd have to catch us first.
I always thought heat agents were just
So, you got something for me? Oh. And I hope that bastard went straight to hell where he belongs. Oh, here's your credit. I think it's time for a drink myself. Thanks to you, I'll be spending the rest of these days in peace.
Folks here may seem strange and menacing, but they're just regular folks like us, who happen to be strange and menacing.
Are you looking to start something?
Mom says later this year we can spend a whole week together. A week!
Undocking complete, Captain. Must have been a good jump. We're still in one piece.
Welcome back, Agent. You're clear to dock at docking port 1.
Pressure normalized, and we're docked.
Vigilance. A beacon of order and righteous wrath to some. A symbol of revenge to others.
The Vigilance is a state-of-the-art warship.
So I heard there was a bit of excitement on the Siren of the Stars. Your handiwork, I assume? Nice work. Any specific evidence you picked up regarding criminal activity should be given to Lieutenant Toft after the debriefing.
If the evidence pans out, you can visit those alleged criminals in our brig the next time you stop by the Vigilance. But for now, what do you have on Delgado and his little ragtag group of pirates?
Yes, and I heard there were no casualties. Excellent work.
Except for the eclectic hit squad that you took down at the archives. We've taken care of that mess, by the way.
Speaking of which, I assume you copied the information from the Galbank's computers. Let me see what you got. So the legacy went down at Bannock 4. Bannock 4. Why does that sound familiar, Toft?
Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant, sir. There isn't a ship in the fleet that could safely get near that type of world. The Bannock system was the site of a significant battle during the Narian War. I had to do a research paper on the subject at the Academy. It sounds like you admire that lunatic. He's kept ahead of us by murdering our past informants, so if you admire someone like that, maybe we picked the wrong person for the job.
That's enough, Lieutenant. Even if Delgado has an immediate solution to the EM problem, there's still the matter of tracing the Legacy's transponder signal. Of course I am. We don't really have a choice in the matter. There are no shortcuts. The route you're taking to secure Crix's legacy for the Crimson Fleet is the only one at our disposal. If you suddenly change your behavior, they'll know something's wrong. I realize it's difficult, but I urge you to stay the course for now. In the meantime, we'll formulate a plan to ensure the Crimson Fleet doesn't get their hands on that money. They have information about the Comspike? Damn it.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that device, sir.
No, you shouldn't be familiar with it. It's a highly classified project. It's an advanced signal decryption and tracking device that the UC Navy's been working on for years. How the hell did the Crimson Fleet find out about that?
There must be an information leak somewhere, sir. It's the only thing that makes sense. I'll see what I can find out.
Fine. This is what we're going to do. You keep playing along and go after the Comspike. Lieutenant Toft and I will see what we can find out about Bannock 4. My superiors are stubborn. They aren't going to authorize an attack on the key based on my flights of fancy, I've been told. We need more evidence that all the Crimson Fleet's plans will result in them actually getting their hands on this fabled cache of credits. I don't see the point. The Crimson Fleet apparently has a pipeline of information flowing from somewhere within the UC military. Any attempt to move the Comspike would be a waste of time. We need to play this close to the vest. Perfect. Just stick with the plan and we'll see who gets to Crix's legacy first.
Had our doubts.
This mission is going to require discretion on a number of fronts.
Progress with this operation. Sentiments are shifting.
Glad to hear it. Let's see what you got. We were aware that Miss LaRue was involved with Fergus Wickham. When her body was recovered, SysDef assumed he was the culprit. Sounds like we had it wrong. Should have pinned the murder on this Clay Dietrich perp. Well, we'll have to clear that up. Nice find. Any other fragments? All right. Keep up the good work. I know as much as you do. I wasn't briefed on this particular device. But if the fleet wants to trace the Legacy's transponder signal, they'll need something beyond the decryption tech we have currently. If such a device exists, it's likely being developed by the UC. That information is classified, so even what I do know, I can't divulge. Now, I realize as part of this mission, you'll probably end up finding out anyway, but that's besides the point. For the sake of your cover, it's best you work with whatever information the fleet gives you. I'll be here if you have any more questions.
Nice work on the siren. You keep this up, this operation will finally get the folks in Mast to shift resources.
Siren of the Stars, huh? Pretty fancy for a pirate.
Maintenance crews are the unsung heroes of the vigilance.
To the stars, Captain. Do you need something?
I'm here for you, my love.
Joke?
Sure, sweet pea.
Okay. Who can jump higher than a skyscraper in New Atlantis?
I don't know. Who?
Everybody! Skyscrapers can't jump! Is there a way to go faster than the speed of light? And none of that grav tech cheating?
You're